Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome back into the session. I hope that all of you can hear me clearly. So, yesterday, what we covered, we talked about our syllabus, what topics we were going to be covered, and we talked about our capstone projects. And we talked about timing and other stuff which belongs to this class and folder structure of the class as well. So that how we gonna upload the videos and how you will access it. So these sorts of information we have discussed yesterday. But at the end, I show you the one PowerPoint that for general QA, we will have these concepts. So we will be starting from there. Now, let's jump into the slide and starts. What is software testing? Well, for example, before jumping into the software testing, let me tell you, in any company, whether it's a manufacturer factory or whether it's a product-based company, everyone, before launching their new products, they want to test it. They want to release a free trial and they want to test it. Whether if it's a bakery, for example, if someone is working in bakery and he want to try to make something more delicious or something more special, but before giving it to the customer, but before keeping it in a vitrine of their shop, so they will do what they will do test, and they will bring some customers and they will tell them that, hey, this is our new cookies, or this is our new product, so give a try, test it, and give us a feedback. Same concept, guys, apply in a software industries. What happened that before a release or before a software complete, they will do what? They will test it. But this testing has a lots of rules and regulation. And we will see these rules and regulation all in first 1.5 or 2 months of our course. So what are these rules? Let's jump in. And next slide, we have what is software? First of all, so I don't want to go to definitions. Definition is already in the PPT. So I will do what? I will explain it. Like the software which I'm using currently is a PowerPoint product of Microsoft. How it can helps me? I can prepare my PPTs. I can present this presentation to you. I can write text inside that. Like, for example, let's give example of Paint. Like, I have many functionalities inside this. I can draw, I can use brush, I can write text, I can fill the color, I can resize, I can do anything. Look how it amazingly it helps me to deliver my lecture and make it more interesting. This is the power of software. Anything which activate the hardware of an electronic devices, which function, which operates with 0 and 1s. It is called a software. Basically, we can say that software is what? Software is the soul of an hardware digital words. Okay, now what is software testing? Here's a small and short definition we have. Software testing deals with the verification of an expected functionality which is created by what? By software. Now, we have multiple types of software. Like we have a desktop software. Let's categorize it in here. Let's say types of software. Types of software. We have one category, which is a desktop software.
Furqan, same thing is happening again. Your voice goes a little bit lower and then it comes back.
Okay, now is it fine?
Now it's fine, but in between it goes lower and then again it comes. Because I tested it last time, it was creating a little bit of problem while I was editing it. So
Okay, then I don't know. I installed the particular driver, so I checked it
Maybe you were
yesterday.
hitting a little bit away from your mic while you were explaining things,
I'm
or maybe it's breaking because the way you were plugged it in, maybe the laptop has an issue. Can you cross check that again? Or even you can remove the headphones and keep it directly into your laptop, maybe that'll work.
Yeah, currently, Talash, I don't use any headphone and I'm very near to my laptop. I can say that I can eat my screen as well. Okay,
Okay.
so I will check it today, but accept my apologize for today. So I will check it with one of the mechanics. So I will take it there. Might be the hardware issue because software issue, I don't saw any software issues. How is it? Is it good now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now, types of software. Desktop software. People were using these desktop software in early age of 90s, between 2001 till 2010. The craze and the fame of a desktop software was a lot. But the words were getting changed. Smartphones come into the market and people will start using applications which people using it in mobile, like apps, which nowadays we are using it a lot, and businesses are always creating whenever brands are launched into the market, they have their apps. And alongside with that, the trend of a web application, which you're running it inside the browser, web application are launched. These trend of web applications are nothing but like example of it is Facebook is a web application, Instagram is a web application, like LinkedIn is a web application. We can name it as Twitter as a web application, like etc. These are the example of a web application. Now, what is apps? What is the difference between this web application and this app? The thing which you're using it inside your smartphone, like you have application of Facebook, same particular thing is working on both sides. Instagram, these are called apps of phone, application of phone or smartphone. But the thing that whenever you access it through your browser, like you access your Facebook account through browser, you access it through your browser, your Instagram account. So on that particular time, it will be converted to a web application. Nowadays, trend of apps and web application are allowed. The trend of this desktop is nowadays gone. People are not using desktop because at early age, with the desktop application, you can utilize it in one computer. But if you create a web application, you can put just web application in one single computer or server, and millions of people can access this application through your web server. So nowadays the trend of these two are very hot and a lot. Now in this particular course, what we do is that we only test our web applications. The demand are very higher for these web application testing. Everything in this course that we are going to test, we will be testing on this web application. Now, what are these web application? How we gonna test it? Let's see. For example, let me go to Google and let's say I want to search for Amazon.in. In this Amazon.in, what you have a lots of option. This is a version of Amazon. You have already used Amazon application on your smartphone. That will becomes into the category of app. A different technology is used for that people develop that. But this version, which you have accessed it through the browser, you have a different category or different technology for that, which people build it. So inside the browser, I have searched Amazon web pages. Now I am currently on landing page of the Amazon, and wherever I'm clicking it, this will give me a different feel and different functionality. So when we will be testing these web application, because nowadays people are developing, even the percentage of developing these web application is higher than the percentage of developing an app for a smartphone. So let me jump back to my slide. So this was all about what, guys? This was all about what? Software testing. Now, how it deals with the verification of an expected functionality. Let's see. For example, I'm in Amazon web page. Now I will do it. I will hover on this hello and sign in menu, and I will click on sign in. In case if this page is not coming for me, there is some page comes like 404, or the server is down, or the page is not working. So this is the duty of a software tester, that at the time of whenever the project is completed from the development team, so whenever the development team hand over this project to the testing team, so whenever if they encounter with this kind of issue, they will directly report this bug or report this problem with the developer. So this is the definition that deals with the verification of an expected result. That was the aim of that sentence. Let's jump back to the slide. Now we have what, guys? We have categorized the software, ABC software, into two parts. I told you yesterday that whenever a company starts a software, let's jump back to the pen. Let's do not save it. Now, if an ABC or XYZ software project we have, there will be two teams on top of that software for making or creating this software. First is the development team, and second is the QA testers. Both of the team will be working parallelly with each other and coordinating with each other to, at the end, to make this XYZ software act productively active and make it workable. So perhaps we have a lots of team member in this development team, and there are a lots of process inside the development team that before they hand over the project to QA testers. These steps in these documents which they exchange between each other, we will see it in next slide. Now this was the total clarification that how a project is divided between two teams and how they start their working. But keep in mind that first step will be started with the development team. So next slide, we have EUT. Now what is EUT? Guys, EUT, for example, you're working in the Amazon as a software tester. Now, one of your colleagues or one of your friends is working in Facebook. So whenever two developer or two testers meet each other, they will be using a common terminology which is very discussed inside the software company because they're used to it of like hey, what is EUT? Someone will ask you what is EUT. So don't get confused. EUT means application under test. Whatever application you're testing inside the company, that will be your AUT. AUT means, suppose, for example, I'm testing LinkedIn software. I'm working in a Microsoft and I'm testing the application of LinkedIn. So if someone asks me that, hey, what is your AUT? So I'll definitely, I can say that my AUT is what? My AUT is a LinkedIn itself. It means that I'm testing the LinkedIn a web application version base. That was all about what? AUT, application under test. Okay, guys, till this point, do we have any question? any points which is a little bit confusing and you want to ask, you can put your question in the chat box. Okay, excellent. No question. Then we will see. Now we divide the software companies into two bases. What are these software companies? We will see. What are the types of these software company, how they work? We will see everything step by step. The software companies are divided into two parts. One, we have product-based company. And the second one, we have what? Service-based company. Now, what is product-based company? What they do, and what is service-based company, and what they do? Let's see it. I will explain it step by step. Guys, is my voice is still breaking?
No, sir.
Okay, let me cross-check it once. I don't know what's the issue, guys, with the, I guess there's a defect in the hardware, so I need to check it because yesterday I tried lots of software and it was working fine there. So I need to check it up with the mechanic as well. So but let's see. Okay, the product-based companies are those companies which they sell their software products. Like for example, we have example of an Apple company. Apple company is in a technology-based company. They will do what? They hired engineers, they create their products, software products, and they only sell it by the user. They will not sell the actual software. They will sell it actual for the users. They do what? They will use their products, and their products are nothing but softwares only. Like if you use Apple Watch, if you use iPhone brands, so you will definitely need to purchase everything from the Apple store. You need to use application which is premium, and you need to pay for that. A lots of stuff which is developed by the Apple, you need to pay, and somehow in some position you need to pay for them and need to utilize this. This is called a product based. Product based means that the company directly deals with you. Company directly deals with who? Deals with customer. Other example, we can say that Microsoft is also a big brand that they create their office software, they create Windows, they create Office 365. This is only for what? For utilizing it. At the end of the day, what we do, we will pay to Microsoft. Means we are the direct customer that we will pay to Microsoft. Nobody can access the source code of a Microsoft Office Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or their Windows operating system. Instead, what we will do, we will download the software, we will pay for the license and license, and we will do what? We will utilize the software. That's what we deal with the company directly. It means that this is a product-based company. Now, what is service-based company? Service-based company are companies that directly not deal with us. They don't directly deals with customer. Like we can say, I will take it in a bracket, end user. End users are the person, me, you, and someone else. They do what actually? They will take a project of a software. Let's say, for example, Apple has a project that Apple want to create an application or a software that that should do what? That should cross-check the regular activity or regular health of their users from the smartwatch or from some kind of technology they will use in their smartphone, and they will keep the track of their heartbeats, their pressures, blood pressures, everything. They will check it. So how they will create a software? Apple don't have a lots of time to create this software because they're busy making in other products. So what they will do, they will give this project to a service-based company. They will hand over this project to a service-based company. Like, for example, Infosys is a service-based company, Infosys, which is located also in India, and it's also offices in USA. So they will hand over this project to Infosys and ask Infosys that, hey, I need a software like this and that, so you need to create it for me and give it back to me. Now, in this case, I'm an end user. Can I deal directly with Infosys? No, because the software which is I'm using it, and it is wrapped within my hand, in my waist. So what I do, I will purchase it from Apple. I cannot directly deal with Infosys that, hey, Infosys, if Apple charge me 200 US dollar or bucks, I will give you $100. Just give me that Apple Watch software. So Infosys cannot directly deals with me. The deal will be made with who? With the Apple company. So this is called a service-based company. Service-based company are those company which they create a software for their client, for those person who want to start their businesses, who want to create their businesses, they need for a software. But product-based company are those company which they also produce their software, and they want to only sell their services of their software. And they will do what instead? They will not give you the source code and extra materials of the software. You can only utilize the functionality of the software. But service-based company does what? Service-based company will also hand over the source code of the project to a Apple company. This was the difference between the service-based company and product-based company, guys, which we cover in this case. So till this point, is there any question? Okay, excellent. Great. So let's jump back to the slide. Now, this was the differentiation between the software companies that we had. That on one side, on left-hand side, we have product-based, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and on the right-hand side, we have service-based like Accenture, Infosys, Cognizant, and Wipro. You guys all knows that what are these companies and what they do there. So now next slide, what we have is that The term called documents after the meeting. What is this documents after the meeting? How this meeting process start? What is BRD? What is FRD? How client approach the software company, the service-based company? We will see that everything step by step. Now I will jump back to my pen. And let's do what? Let's take a new page and let's make some kind of drawing inside this. So, okay, how the process of this meeting start? How the process starts? Let's discuss about this. For example, let's take an example. You have a bank, or let's take an example of a Microsoft company. MS stands for Microsoft. Microsoft company needs to create a software that do words that actually, let's say, how can I say, let's suppose say that in this time, in current time, Microsoft didn't create an Excel software. So now Microsoft need to create an Excel software, Microsoft Excel. So for that, what Microsoft do? Microsoft don't have a time. Microsoft is busy with other projects. They are creating the Word PowerPoint in Access. Now Excel is still remaining and they need to launch this Excel alongside with the Word PowerPoint in Access. They will do it. They will approach a service-based company. They will approach a service-based company. Now, the service-based company could be anyone. Like, let's take an example of Infosys company. Now, Infosys company does what, guys? They once the Microsoft approach Infosys company, the medium of contact might be email, might be a direct phone call to their reception, or might be any medium that they uses. They will make contact with the service-based company like Infosys. Now what happened that they will tell them that, hey, we need a software and we need a help in our project. So are you guys willing to join us in this project? So service-based company will do it. The actual process will start from here. Now you will understand the meaning of documents after the meeting. Now in this case, service-based company does what? Service-based company tell the Microsoft that after 1 day or after 1 hour or after 2 hours, we will contact you back, sir, and we will set the meeting time and schedule it. Now, whoever take the call in service-based company, he or she will approach the head of director or the CEO of the company that, sir, we have direct calls from Microsoft and they need a help in their project. So Infosys CEO will set what they will set a meeting and ask their development team, their business analyst people that you guys need to set a meeting with the Microsoft and try to get this project from Microsoft because it might be a millions of dollar profit inside that project. So they will do it and they will arrange a meeting in some 5-star hotel. Uh, 5-star hotel. They will do it. They will set the timing also that the time might be, let's say, let's take it as a 10 a.m. They will set a meeting at 10 a.m. Now they will do what? Once they set a meeting from Infosys, team of business analyst. BA stands for business analyst. People will be joining the meeting, and they will ask our details from the project, that what kind of a software Microsoft actually needed so that they can develop it and deliver it to Microsoft. Now the expenses of this meeting, expenses of this meeting will be on the shoulder of who? Emphasis company. They will responsible to pay all the expenses which is coming, which is they need to actually, at the end we can say that they need to pay the bill, whatever the cost of the meeting comes. So what they will do after the meeting, once they sit, they ask the requirements from their client, which the client is now Microsoft. They will do what? Let me take a new slide. They will do what? Whatever details which Microsoft company, whatever details which Microsoft company, MS company, going to tell, the service-based company will do what? Will write it. Service-based company will write it on a piece of paper, and this piece of paper has the format from the company side, that actually you need to tick the information or data in a which format. You should start from where, you should end from where, and how you will take the each details step by step. How you can question Microsoft that, okay, in this particular function you want what, in this particular function you want what. All the necessary details will be written by a business analyst people. BA stands for business analyst people. They will write everything on a piece of paper, on our documents, which they take with themselves in the meeting. Now, this document is called what? This document is called BRD, Business Requirement Document. Business requirement document. This document is called BRD, which they take every details which is narrated by the Microsoft team members, that hey, we need this kinds of functionality inside our Excel project, so you need to add it. Every single step, unique details is written by a business analyst from the Infosys, and this information is narrated by who? By the Microsoft peoples, or by Microsoft business analysts. They are narrated these things, and this documents which they kept the information for the first time is called as a BRD, business requirement documents. Now in slide we have, you can see that first meeting will happen, and here next what we have, once the business representative and business analyst meet with each other, they will discuss, they will take notes, and after that what happened? After that, once they narrated everything, they will write it on a piece of paper, and this piece of paper or documents, we call it as a BRD, business requirement documents. Now the next step is FRD. What is FRD and how the FRD is going to be created? So we will discuss this. Now this meeting will be over. Once this meeting is over, what happened? Business analyst people will deliver this BRD to who? To development team, to dev team. Dev team consists of those people which they have experience of 10 years, 5 years, 8 years, even 15 years, even 20 years of experience they have. They will take this BRD, and on the basis of this BRD, they will create what? They will create FRD. Now, FRD stands for Functional Requirement Documents. This functional requirement documents do what? Now, in this documents, whatever technical discussion or debates which happen between development team will be narrated inside this. Actually, they will draw their ER diagrams. This is actually the designing of a database. This ER diagram means designing of database, that what kind of database on the back end we use. They have some flow charts that in some particular situation, what kind of decisions should system take, and other materials etc which they need to include there. So they will add it. That's why it is called FRD, Functional Requirement Document. Whatever technical stuff which need for a developer or a development team, they will draw it, or they will get the information from this BRD. It means that from this BRD, the development team will create an FRD. Now, this was the process, guys, that how the client approached the service-based company, how the BRD created, and how the FRD created. If you see in the slide, I have created that HBSC. There is a client that they meet with the service-based company of Infosys. And they talk with that, they create a BRD, and after that BRD is submitted to development team, and they create FRD. And that's all about the process. Now, till this point, do you have any questions? Any point which is confusing? Anything? Okay, is it clear, guys? Now, is my voice is coming again slow or no? Okay. Okay, guys. Till this point, we have discussed about documents which will be creating after this meeting, which happens that these two documents are BRD and FRD. So what should we do? Till this point we reach, just take a 10-minute breaks, and after 10 minutes we will resume back. And till this 10 minute, if you find anything confusing, and if you have any question, you can ask me. Till this time, we can take a 10-minute break. Okay, guys, let's come back and start. Okay, I hope that every points which we have discussed till now is clear. Now let's jump back to the slide and see what is next. Next, we have some common terminologies like quality assurance and quality control. Like, what is the difference between these two, and how these two is connected with our field? So in last, we have also one note that it's related to ISTQB certification. It's an international certification for this testers, those who have it. So I can say that the value of those people will be a little bit higher than others. So that's a general information. Okay, the term quality assurance. Quality means meeting the customer expectation, or we can say we can give an error-free software to who? To client or to customers. Their target is what? To give an expected error-free. What software? This sentence is important for quality assurance. Quality. And this assurance means that management, that software will work per as a customer. What this means that in QA, quality assurance, those people are working, which they are in management of what? In management of the company. They are working in management of the company. Those people position, or we can say they will be working as a QA, quality assurance, that they will also give error free, and they also will talk to customer, and they will get the we can say that they will get the customer satisfaction that, hey, we developed this, we tested this, and this is your final output. Whatever you want, we deliver it to you. Here we have some terms that it is productive in nature, means something you do before it happens. What does it mean? Quality assurance people understand this, that at the time of developing a software, this kind of error will come. So for that, before it happens, so get prevented from that. Like for example, if you run faster in a raw road, you know that you will definitely fall and you will get hurt. So for that, you will do what? In a raw road, you will run slowly. So this is called productive in nature. You know that what kind of defects, what kind of problems will come to you. So same concept applies in here, that quality assurance people will do what? They understand that at the time of developing software, if they develop this, if they test this kind of problem, this kind of defects will come into the software. So before it happens, they will do what? They will defect it. They will prevent the defect. They will remove that defect. The main aim was to prevent the what? To prevent the defects, the common or general defects which comes in the development section. This was all about quality assurance. Now we have quality control, guys. Quality control do what? Actually, these are the peoples which I can say you will work in this position. You will call, your position will be quality QA, but actually you will be working as a quality control. Quality control means that you will actually, whatever compares, control means to compare actual result with expected result. Expected result is what? Like customer wants A, B, C, D, and the actual result which you run the software and test it, and whatever result comes after the testing, you will compare it both, that what customer wants and what is the result of the software. So you will compare both of them. Once you compare both of them, this duty or responsibility is on the shoulder of a quality control, and these quality controls are no one but you, because once you graduate from here and you start work in a testing on a company which you are going to test the software, so your task or your duty, actual responsibility will be quality controls. That with the automation on writing scripts, you will check the softwares and you will compare both the expected result and the actual result which comes after the testing on the softwares. It is nature's art. It is reactive in nature. Reactive means that if something happens and after that you will take reaction. Like for example, in a winters, people are always they cold, or they face cough problems like these. They will do what? That instantly they will take some pills, medicines, some things that on that day, or they will take a rest on that day instead. This is called reactive in nature. Why it is reactive in nature? If something happens, you directly show your reaction to it. So that's called on the spot. If you take something, let's take like this. If you see defect, you show what? You show your reaction. This is called reactive in nature. That if so, at the time of testing a software, you see a bug or you see anything problem, you will directly report it to a developer that, hey, in this part of your code, there's a problem. You need to fix it. That's why it's called quality control. People are always reactive in nature. You don't know what kind of errors will come. You will just see that after the result, what happens, you will directly report it. Deals with detection of the defects. This is called deals with detection. They will detect a defect in a software. Quality control assurance QA people prevent defect, they detect a defect. Comes after the quality assurance. It means that whatever possible outcomes or problem which quality QA people, quality assurance people predict that we need to prevent them. After that, if some of the case ages or still remaining, that will be controlled by quality control people. This was the difference between quality assurance and quality control, that these two position inside the company. These terminologies, guys, you will not see outside or on the job description of any companies. Most of the rarely company will post this kind of, but whenever you go inside the company, these terminology will be used a lot, so you don't get confused yourself. If someone say, hey, your task, your responsibilities, that you will be working with a QA team quality assurance, you will be just predicting that defects, general defects. But if someone say that your responsibility is QC, quality control, then you do what? You're reactive in nature, and you will detect the defects after the results comes whenever you test a software. This is the biggest difference between QA and QC. And last but not least, we can say there is an ISTQB certification. It's an International Software Testing Qualification Board. If you pass this exam, it's if you heard about the exam of a TOEFL, IELTS, it's for exam English, which people are going to enter into a master degree from a third words. You can say it's an exam of, like, if some of you heard about AWS exams, like AWS Associate Network or Architecture or Cloud Designer. Also same like that, software testing also have some international certification which gives a value to your resume. So it is called ISTQB. Guys, we will stop the session in here. We are done for today. I will not rush. So whatever I cover in today's topic, that we started with the what is software, what is software testing. We learn about software testing. Then we learn about that whenever a software product is ready to develop, so two team will be working on that. One team is development team and the team is QA tester team. Next was about AUT. What is AUT? It is called application under test. If someone asks you, suppose, what is your AUT? You can say that if you're working in Facebook and you're testing the Facebook application, so you can say my AUT is Facebook, application under test. So next we study documents after the meeting, that when the meeting is arranged by the business analyst from Infosys or service-based company, they will narrate it, or those information which is given by the client or the opposite team. Like, these documents will be called BRD, and how from BRD the development team create FRD. It stands for functional requirement documents. These sorts of information we study. Then we study what is quality assurance. They prevent the defect. They will predict that this kind of problem will happen if you do take this way. So quality control means that whatever problems comes after the testing, so they will show it, report it to development team so that they can fix it. And last but not least, we study about ISTQB certification also. So that was all from my side. Thank you so much for bearing me. So now, if you guys do you have any questions, suggestion, or something you want me to add it in the class, so the channel is open, you can talk. I will stop the recording for a minute.